welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to make this cute little house gift box. So it could be a lovely new home gift, or it could, for example, you could make it in more Christmassy colours and make it into a nice little Christmas box. It'll hold a few little chocolates or something else small. It's quite a nice size if you just want to give something small. So today we're going to use this coming home stamp set. So you can see there's a few different sizes and shapes of houses, some little trees, this car which is really cute for Christmas, and that tree lies nicely on the top of the card to make it really Christmassy, a few little extra bits and pieces. And you can also get a coordinating die set to go with that. So these dies cut out the houses, there's ones to go with the car and the trees, even the little wreath has a coordinating die. And then you've got these dies which can make nice snowy scenes or hillside scenes for your houses to go on. And these two here are just little shapes that are actually designed to make really small little boxes with. You just add the sides to it. But I decided I didn't want to do that today. I wanted to make a slightly bigger box than that, so we're going to use this shape here. For this box I used petal pink and grey granite with a nice grey granite shimmer ribbon and petal pink cardstock. We're going to take that out, and today we're going to use just jade and cinnamon cider colours. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, and the scoreboard actually comes with a really lovely coordinating embossing tool, but I've misplaced it, so I'm going to use this one for today. And so I've got a piece of cinnamon cider cardstock, and that measures 4.5 inches by 6.25 inches. And on the short side I'm going to measure that at 3/4 inch and at 3 3/4 inches. And then on the long side I'm just going to score that at 1/4 inch, at 1.5 inches, at 2.25 inches, at 4 inches, at 4 3/4 inches, and at 6 inches. And I'll put all those measurements on my blog, which will be linked in the description below if you need to see any of those. Okay, so we're now going to just fold on all of those score lines, and this is just creating the main box. The ones down the side. I'm going to bring in my paper snip. These paper snips are lovely sharp scissors that are sharp all the way to the points. And then, so this centrepiece, I'm just going to cut up either side of that. Then I'm going to cut up the one next to it on either side. And then I'm just going to cut off these two end pieces. So that's the small score mark and the larger one I'm cutting right off on both ends. And then I'm just going to cut notches into this piece here. So then you get some little tabs. So I'm going to do the same again here. So I want to cut up either side of the middle piece. Then I want to cut up the next score line either side and cut off the remaining bit at each end. And then we can just create these little tabs again, just cutting off a little triangle on either side of the flap. That just helps the box go together a little bit better. Then once we've got to this point, once we bring in, I think it's called the triple corner punch, but I'll link it in the description below with all the other products that we've used. And it just has a decorative corner, a traditional corner punch, and this little oval, which is what we're going to use today. That's great for things like this where you want to thread some ribbon through. So I'm just going to pinch these two pieces together. I want to make sure they're nice and even at the top. So then I'm just going to add some tear and tape just to the little flaps, close to the score lines as I can get it, just to make sure it sticks nicely and we get a nice neat join. And then I'm just going to take those off. You want that to go like that so that the edge meets the corner nicely. So then I'm just going to take the gold twine from this Wonder of the Season ribbon combo pack, because I think that'll go really nicely with my project today. And I'm going to create the bow before I cut it off, just so that I don't waste any, or as little as possible. I'm just going to tie this little ribbon. Now we've got that cute little bow on the top. So that's the main bit of the box done, and now we're just going to stamp the houses so that we can decorate them. So I'm just going to do one, but you'll need two, one for each end, because you don't want to watch me do this twice. So I'm just going to pop that down there. And I'm using the Memento ink because the Memento ink won't smudge if you use the alcohol blends with it, the stamping blends. So I have got the So Saffron duo, the Cinnamon Cider duo, and the Just Jade duo. So I'm just going to just colour our little house. If you've not used our blends before, they come in duos, so it's a very easy system because within each duo you get a dark and a light of each colour, so you can use them together knowing that they'll go really well. So you can see I'm just going in with the dark first here, and then I'm just colouring over with the light one just to add a little bit of shadow, just a bit of interest really. So I'm going in with the dark cinnamon cider now and just creating a little bit of shadow at the bottom of the house. I mean, as I've said in many videos before, I am not a colourist, but I like to add different shades to my colouring just to add a bit of interest really. So then I'm going to go over this with the light cinnamon cider. You can see it just adds a nice bit of shadow with the darker one then. I'm just going to go back in and add a little bit more shadow under the windows with this. And then finally with my Just Jade, I'm just going to use that for the roof and for the door. So that's my colouring done. I'm going to do another one and I'm going to cut them out with this coordinating die, and then I should be back. So here we are, I've got my two houses, one for either end of the box now, and I'm just going to use my Tombow glue just to pop those on the either end. You just want to make sure that they're lined up with the bottom of the box. And there we go, that's that one completed. So there are two cute little boxes. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you did, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see future projects. If you click the notification button, that will mean that you will get notified when new projects come up online. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that we used today, I've linked them in the description below. And if you use the host code, which I'll also put in the description below, you can add that to your basket when you get to checkout. And if you do that, I'll send you a little gift at the end of the month to say thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.